Preface. As the dominant legal system for members of the Islamic faith, Sharia law was built on the foundations of Islam, the Quran and Hadith, and has undergone many changes since its inception nearly 1,500 years ago by the Islamic prophet Muhammad. Today it serves as the main legislative form of law for everything within the Muslim world, from crime and politics to hygiene, sexual intercourse, and fasting. Allah works in mischievous ways, and there's nothing like an amputated right hand to illustrate one of the many wonders he performs. A simple Google search is all it takes to witness these horrors. You can take a serious look at the exposed bones, joints, cartilage, ligaments, and tendons that pull and move fingers like the strings of a marionette. Sharia law sanctions it all. If someone should severely injure one of his or her hands, a physician would work skillfully to repair it, right? But under Sharia law, we can bear witness to what appear to be perfectly healthy dismembered hands of both men and women alike, some with bloody knives lying on top of or near the severed hand. This is indicative of the actual weapon being used to sever a person's hand, one Allah so skillfully created. A question that begs to be asked is whether or not the removal of one's hand is ever an appropriate form of discipline for an infraction. Photographs of severed hands often show someone holding the book that holds this law of death, which suggests that people who do not obey the holy Sharia law can likewise have their hands viciously cut from their bodies as well. As a body of law, Sharia law's significance is an ongoing topic of much debate. There are some concerns outside of Islamic countries about the human rights abuses of those governed by Sharia. In countries such as Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Iraq, and Qatar, punishments prescribed in Sharia law, like beheading and stoning, still exist. Over the course of this book, we will examine what Sharia law actually is, where it came from, and the truths and myths behind its application. In this day and age, we have ample access to the history of our world, and should always be encouraged to use it in order to understand the truth about life. People should not endeavor to live in fear of wrongdoers who breathe through their nostrils the same as anyone else. Wise human beings will not dismember your body as a punitive measure in the name of an unidentified entity that supposedly sanctions Sharia law as an edict for carrying out inhumane acts. Without the knowledge of our literal world history to guide the way in life, we can default ourselves to living under the rule of what amounts to power-hungry mercenaries, and the community's ongoing financial support in the form of taxes, tithes, and offerings only subtly enables them to maintain their dominion over the populace. Let's take an expositional approach to the investigation of Sharia law as it affects mental and physical liberties prior to its legal institution as a Muslim concept. Sound good? Great! Let us continue.